Hey everyone, Melissa here. I want to thank all the happy thinkers for being here today and welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa Shim and I am the creator of Think Me First and Rock Your Vibe Apparel. So let's get started. Again, welcome to my channel, and I just want to thank everyone for coming. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of sorry, or the word sorry. Is it meaningful or is it meaningless? The word power, or the power of sorry. Sorry is just a very, very powerful word, is what I'm trying to say. And it can be used in many different ways. It can be delivered in a sincere manner. It can be a word that's not said at all, but it can be felt. It can be overused, and sometimes it can be not said at all, but maybe warranted. So we're just going to kind of touch base on some of those today. Again, it can be used in a positive manner or a negative manner, and we're going to touch base on both of those. Before we get started, if you could do a couple of things for me, if you could just give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and then hit the notification bar below and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button below and subscribe to my channel, and then hit the notification bell, and you're going to be notified every time I upload a video, to a WTF video to this channel, which is every Wednesday at 7 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. So if you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated. But let's get started with another episode of WTF, also known as Wednesday Thought Forum. And we are shooting episode number 69. Had to think about that. 69 today, so we're almost to 70. So again, we are going to talk about the power of sorry. Is it meaningful or is it meaningless? So let's start with the dictionary version of sorry. This can be a form of regret. You may be feeling sorrow when you say this word, or sadness. You may be mourning. It could be an inspiring sorrow. Or then it can also be used negatively in the form of maybe pity or scorning someone. So there's many different ways to say that you are sorry. There's many different ways to interpret that you are sorry. So we're going to get started here. And the first sorry we're going to talk about is that, but sorry. And what I mean by that is, so this is usually an apology that starts and then it's followed by a but. An example would be, I am sorry I stepped on your glasses, but you shouldn't have put them on the floor. That's not a very sincere sorry. Anytime you start to apologize and you put the word but in there, the apology goes away. Okay. There's very few instances where you can use the word but and it's going to be sincere. And I'll tell you that here in a few minutes. But when you're using the word sorry and you're apologizing, don't use the word but, because what you're doing is you're just flipping blame on that other person. So you're not even apologizing to them. Again, when you're saying, I'm sorry, I stepped on your glasses, but hey, you shouldn't have had them there. Should you have not had them there? No. But you stepped on their glasses, so to apologize to them is warranted. Now, an instance where you can use the word but is that I'm thinking of, there's a lot of others, but like if you're talking to a child and you are using, we'll use the same example. I'm sorry I stepped on your glasses, but maybe next time let's put them on the dresser instead of the floor so that they don't get stepped on. Is that okay? So here you're using it, first of all, in a positive manner with a positive tone, but you're also teaching a lesson. You're not blaming them for putting them on the floor. You're teaching them a lesson with it. So, it's acceptable when you're using it with younger children and you're using it as a teaching moment. I will also be cautious when you use it with teenagers, because I read a book. I can't remember the name of it. If I remember, I will drop it in the comments. But I read this book and it made total sense. With teenagers, we need to listen more and parent less. So if you are apologizing for something, your teen is talking to you and you're like, I'm really sorry to hear that. Um, listen to listen, not listen to parent. Don't listen to react or parent. Just listen to them, because that's what they need at that point. I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe you shouldn't have handled it that way. See, there's you're saying you're sorry, but you're not really sorry, because you shouldn't have handled it that way. Again, with teenagers, you want to parent less, let them make the mistakes they need to make, and as long as they're not harming themselves or someone else, of course. But let them know, oh, I'm so sorry you had to go through that, in that kind of manner. So that is the but sorry. Now the next sorry is the sincere sorry. So with the sincere sorry, I'm going to say that more people use the word sorry sincerely than not. I know it's hard to believe this day and age, because we have so much negativity in the world. But I believe, it's my belief, that there are more good people in the world than not. So with the sincere sorry, it could be, it could be minor, it could be major. So, it's really, what the sincere sorry is sincerely apologizing that's equal to the harm that was done. So, for instance, you could have a minor apology that just needs a band-aid. I'm so sorry I mispronounced your name, or I'm so sorry that I mistaken you for someone else. Those are minor, can be handled with the sorry. But then there could be a more major event that happened, that maybe had a big fight or falling out with a family member or a coworker, or maybe, a partner or something, that needs more of a splint than a band-aid. And with this sorry, it could take the person who's receiving the apology, it could take them maybe a few days, a few hours, to receive that and acknowledge it. But with the sincere apology, some people may follow that up with an act. Maybe if they got in a fight with their partner, they may send them flowers, or, hey, I'm very sorry. Let me take you out for dinner because I messed that up. Or maybe if it's a long distance relationship or something, you follow it up with a phone call. Because there's that saying, yeah, actions speak louder than words. So sometimes, it may warrant to do a deed with the apology. So those are the sincere sorries. Next, we have the silent sorry. And when I say silent sorry, this is probably the saddest sorry that I have seen or witnessed. And you may have too, and hopefully you haven't, but I think some of us have seen this. The silent sorry is just, the person that did the harm to you, they're really truly sorry. But you may not get an apology, but that they're really sorry, but they may be too embarrassed to face you. They may not know how to apologize, because whatever they did was just so rotten. And you, as a person that they are apologizing to, are probably you're not as hard on yourself as they are. And you're probably going to forgive them, if there's someone who is, very valuable to you, someone you love. But I have seen people not be able to apologize, and it's easier for them to just walk away from the situation without apologizing, because there's so much guilt, so much embarrassment, that they just leave the family or a partner or something, because it's easier for them to deal with, because they don't know how to deal with it, because it was so bad. These are like the saddest apologies. I guess it's not really an apology, but they want to, they just don't know how to express it, or they're just so embarrassed. So that is the silent sorry. And then we have the sorry that's turned against you. So this is the negative sorry. And this is kind of like the sorry, not sorry, apology. I'm going to use the narcissist as an example, because I'm very, very familiar with this area, unfortunately. As a narcissist, they're professional mental and verbal manipulators. So the sorry that's turned against you is almost like, there's a direct problem or issue that was caused by the other party, but they flip it around to make you feel guilty for it. Like, I'm sorry I even married you. Or I'm sorry that you can't even figure this out yourself because you're so dumb. Or, something like that, where it's just a very negative sorry. They're not sorry, and they're just kind of using sorry to make fun of you or demean you in some way. So that's a negative way to use sorry. And then we have the sorry that never takes place. I'm not talking about the silent sorry, because there's a lot of guilt with the silent sorry. But with the sorry that takes place, again, I'm going to have to use the narcissist as an example. But these are not just narcissists only. There's people that just don't apologize because they're self-centered, narcissistic, maybe psychopathic. Um, and most normal people are kind, and are sincere if they really are sorry for something that caused you harm. But again, these are people that just never, never apologize. You never hear them apologize, not only to you, but to anyone for anything that they do wrong. So that is that type of sorry. The next sorry, you probably think to yourself, dang, I never really thought about sorry being used in so many different ways. And that's kind of why we're talking about this, so that you're more aware. So the last sorry is the overused sorry. And we probably all have heard this before in our time. But so these are the people that say they're sorry too much, or may even say they're sorry without even knowing that they say it all the time. There's two types of people. There's the type that lack confidence, and they just say they're sorry all the time, again, even if it's not warranted. And then you have the people who overuse sorry, just to smooth things over with you, and they never back it up, or their behaviors never change. So we're going to talk about the first way that sorry is overused, but that's by the person who is, not very confident. They just say that they're sorry all the time for every little thing that happens, whether they're a part of it or not. Like, I went to school with this girl, and she said she was sorry for everything. I mean, we could be playing volleyball and she made a mistake, and she'd be like, "Oh, I am so sorry." And I'm like, why? We all make mistakes. We're all making a mistake out here sometime tonight. Or if we're playing basketball and you bump somebody and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." That's a sport that it's meant to happen. So why would you say you're sorry? These are just people that, when I think about them, back then they really lacked self-confidence. And then we have the other ones who overuse it, as far as, like, maybe they stood you up several times and always made excuses. And then, but their behaviors never changed. They just keep doing it. Or maybe there's someone who keeps promising you something, but they never follow through. And they just kind of say, "I'm sorry," to kind of make things at ease at that time. These are the kind of people that you really want to get away from, because they're wasting your time. I don't know about you, but my time is very valuable to me. So these are not really people you want to surround yourself with, because when they say they're sorry, it's probably not very sincere if they're doing it over and over and they're not changing their behaviors. So you can learn a lot from that. So again, these are just several ways that I have seen the word sorry used. It's a very, very powerful word, whether it's used positively or negatively. It's used in almost every language, and it pretty much has the same meaning. And it can also be used in the same context as well. And it was just not something that I thought about. The word sorry is just an apology, but it can be used in so many ways. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention so that you're more aware of the different ways that it can be used, and the positiveness and the negativeness, and especially with those, again, that can't say they're sorry because they're so embarrassed or something. If there's some way that you can just kind of make amends with them and smooth it over because they don't know how, really, that's the biggest one to recognize, because again, it's just easier for them in their mind to just walk away, even though it hurts them a lot because they harmed you, and because they have to walk away because they don't know how to present, that they're sorry. So again, if you can think of one, put in the comments below, because again, we're all learning from each other. And then also below, I have the link to my website, which is thinkmefirst.com, and the link to our Facebook group if you want to join that. If you're not, we're a group of international happy thinkers that just kind of share things and quotes and have fun and learn about ourselves through humor. And then I also have the YouTube channel and Pinterest down below. And then I also have my link to Rock Your Vibe Apparel. That is where I design high vibration apparel. They're all my designs, and you can put them on shirts or whatever. They're very powerful messages. But if there's a design that you want me to create, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. And then also, if there's a topic that you want me to talk about on WTF, please list it below, and we'll make that happen. So I just want to thank everyone for all your love, your support, the comments I get in Facebook and here on YouTube, and the viewers. And you guys are just all so wonderful, and I love doing this for you. So anyways, I just want to express my gratitude and thank you so much. Love you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. So take care. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.